And with that being said, though, too, sorry not to cut you off, but so what kind of ways do you find to keep cutting edge, to keep your interviews interesting, and to kind of lack from that happening?
Well, I have to remember that I'm a proxy for every fan that this band has ever had.
Yeah.
So it's my responsibility to act on behalf of the fans.
Yeah.
So tell me something that you've never told anybody else. And it's up to me to figure out ways to get them to open up.
Yeah.
And sometimes they just won't. Sometimes it'll just be a failure. It is not meant to be. And you just have to accept that you're not going to hit a home run every time. But if you get better at it, and, being an interviewer is much like being in a band. You need to do it over and over and over and over and over again to figure it out. There is no right way and wrong way of doing it. There is your style, and you don't know what your style is until you've done it 100 times.
Yeah.
So, and you may have different styles. You need different styles depending on the people you're talking to. Are you talking to a baby indie band that nobody's ever heard before? They're going to answer questions terribly and not well.
Yeah.
Or are you dealing with Bono, Bono's the easiest interview in the world.
Yeah.
This is how a U2 interview goes with Bono. Bono, what's happening? And then you just sit back for the next hour.
Yeah.
Try and get a word in.
He'll just go, eh?
He'll just go.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
The best thing you could ask for.
It is. It's fantastic. And it's just like, okay,
And then
remember this. Okay, how am I going to edit this?
And then they cover all your questions the whole time.
Well, they either cover my questions or they tell me what they want to be told. When you're an artist at that level, you understand that you use the media to get your message out and your spin out. And, Bowie was great with that. If he didn't want to tell you something, he wouldn't tell you, but he would take you in this direction to the stuff that he did want to tell you. And then at the end of it all, you'd realize that he'd answered none of your questions, and you'd been mesmerized by the guy for half an hour, and that all of a sudden, you became his propaganda outlet. It's like, how did that happen?
Yeah.
But he does it did it so smoothly.
That's
and so
hilarious.
expertly, and with such charisma. It's like, what just happened? And that's how the biggest guys do it. They're the biggest, the artist, female, whatever, I don't care. That's how they do it, and they're fantastic at it. And you don't even mind that after a while, after the interview's over, that they say to you, you realize that you just been took. It's just like, okay, that was interesting.
They've said that, right?
I've said that. It's just like, all right, okay, well, I'm me, that's Bono, or I'm me, and that's Eddie Vedder, and they got the best of me.
Yeah.
Point Vedder.
It's a learning process.
It is. And sometimes that's the interview.
Yeah.
And there's nothing you can do about it, because otherwise you get them for 30 seconds and what's the point? But if you get them engaged and they go on some sort of rant, maybe there's a nugget in there that you can use.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You never
Once
know.
people are comfortable, that's when they start talking.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, they do. And it's all about they have to get comfortable with you, and they have to trust you. Once they trust you, they will tell you anything.
Yeah.
But some of these guys will never trust you because they've been burned so many times. So they may be comfortable, but they are going to be comfortable with you on their terms, not yours.
Yeah. And when people have that big of a reputation on the line, they almost have to approach it like that as well, too.
They absolutely got to protect themselves.
Yeah.
I totally get it. And then you get some, every once in a while you get a loose cannon, and who knows what can happen.